Alright, so this is the first video in the series of teaching your dog recall. This is simply the way I've been teaching my dogs my entire life. So it's not necessarily the best way, it's not necessarily the right way for your dog. It's simply a way that I teach my dogs and have been successful with. And the concept is very basic. It's a flat collar and a lead, and when I start I tether the dog and I teach the dog everything on a tether. Loose leash walking, recall, absolutely everything. As you know, if you watch the intro, because of time constraints we didn't teach recall, so we're doing that now, but he's going back to the tether for that, just simply because it's a great foundation to start with. And it's very short, and it's short for a reason, and that's so I set the dog up to succeed. It's very hard for me to make him fail on such a short lead with recall. He basically can't. Koji, good boy. So all I'm going to do is have him sitting here, and I'm just going to walk away, and he knows he's supposed to stay there. Alright? So all I'm going to do there now is simply get to the end of this, and then I'm going to give it a command. I'm going to call his name and give the command. For me, the command is to me, and then I'm going to double tug on this because he won't know what to do with it. I'm going to double tug on this. I'm going to draw him in towards me to keep him coming towards me. So it'll be Koji, to me, yes. So it'll all happen at the same time. Good boy. And I'll just keep doing it that way. I'll go out. Koji, to me, yes. And dogs pick this up really quickly. He's already beginning to see what I want from him, even if he doesn't understand it. Koji, to me, yes. And you'll notice I'm not getting excited, I'm not jumping up and down, I'm not using baby voice. I don't want this dog overstimulated. There are people that teach to be more exciting than everything around you. I simply want the dog to do what I tell it to do. I spend a lot of time teaching my dogs calm, because a calm dog doesn't dig, doesn't do damage, doesn't get anxiety, doesn't scream and bark all day and all night. And for people that have seen him in different videos, he's always really calm, and that's how I want him. I want him to listen to a command. I don't want to have to be jumping up and down, throwing myself on the ground, pretending I'm hurt to get him to come to me. I want to tell him to me, and I want him to be here to me. And it's that simple. So I'll just keep doing this. Koji, to me. Yes. And you can see he's beginning to anticipate. Alright, like I said, it's very basic, so dogs start to get the idea very quick. Even if he's not really sure of the name or anything else, he knows what I'm asking him to do right now. So this is where I change it up. And I simply walk with him. And this is where you can incorporate your loose leash walking with your dog. I'll just walk. And then when he's not expecting it, I'll throw in the recall. Koji, to me, yes. So I'll simply drop back and speed up with me and change direction to him. So it becomes impossible for him to anticipate what I'm going to do. Koji, to me, yes. And he'll get the correction to bring him to me, and he'll be guided to me. Now I'm also beginning to get him to sit in front, which is a great spot to have them for a lot of different things, putting leads on and collars and so forth. And so you can begin to teach them a whole bunch of things just using this one technique. But all we're really worried about right now is recall. Koji, to me. So you can begin to see now he's already, even when I'm just coming out of nowhere with it, he's already with me. He's already beginning to move quicker into it. So, you know, a dog generally will pick up this basic really easy. And it's not difficult to teach them. The basics of recall is very simple. What's difficult is to get them to do it with distractions. Koji, to me. And so this is all I'm going to do. And I'll do this for about 10 minutes. To me. Probably a little less for this one simply because it is so hot. But in a normal training session, I'll do this for about 10 minutes, and I'll do it about 5 times a day. So he'll get anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour of this a day to start with. And this is what it'll be like, just like this. Timmy, yes. And as you can see, he's getting the hang of it. And then I'll just keep throwing it in. Timmy, yes. And you'll find that less and less you'll need the correction. Koji, Timmy. Good boy. Timmy. Good boy. So, yes, with me. Less and less you'll need the correction as they get it. And this is basically all it is. So it's very simple and very basic. And done like this, it's very hard for the dog to fail. And this is where I like to start. So this is the very first start. I will continue this with a dog until the dog gets it 100%. I won't move on until I'm absolutely convinced the dog can't fail at this. So what I'll do with him now is 4 or 5 times a day, I will spend about 10 minutes simply doing this command. And I'll do it from here and bring him, and I'll do it from where I'm walking around and just suddenly putting it on. So it won't be necessarily in a tiny little square like this. I'll be walking around the yard, could be in the house, anywhere where I've got a bit of open room. Suddenly I'll just do the recall out of nowhere and get him coming. And I will just do that on and off all day long when he's on a tether. And when I'm doing training sessions, the same thing. I might start off here, but he'll get it after a couple of movements. Or he'll get it after the first one after a day. And then I'll simply then begin walking around and throw it in. And I'll do that for 10 minutes or so. So what will happen now is I'll continue this with him. And then when he knows this, when I'm happy that he knows this basic part of it 100%, I'll move him on to the next level. And the next level will have distractions and a longer lead, and then it'll have that same longer lead with distractions, and then after that I'll increase the distance, then add distractions to that, increase the distance again, add distractions with that. So how long each one of those takes, you can't tell. It differs from dog to dog. Some start to get it really quickly and move through the levels really quickly. Others will move through some levels really quickly and then they'll get stuck on another level for a long time. Others, it's a struggle to get them through every level. So each dog is different. Being calm, confident, showing leadership, and setting the dog up to not fail. That is the trick. If you can try and set up every session where this dog succeeds, and that's it. If they muck it up, most likely it's something you've done wrong, that they've mucked it up in the first place. You've moved them on too quick, the lead's too long, whatever the reason is, just stay calm. Don't discipline the dog for it, don't yell at the dog for it. If you get frustrated, finish on a positive note, walk away, finish the training for now, come back later when you're calmer. That is the trick. So the dog is always succeeding. The more the dog succeeds, the quicker it learns. So the next video will be when the very first level, the very first lesson on the next level. So as soon as Koji gets all of this down to 100% and I'm happy with it, we will move him up to the next level, and that very first lesson will be videotaped and we'll put that up. Thank you.